guys, Dorothy here with Done by Dorothy. Again, welcome today to our Mirabella Nature Journal step-by-step tutorials, and we're continuing on. So we've did our coffee dyeing, and we've got our pages and inked our pages. We've sewed our pages. We've added our extra book pages. So our signatures are ready to get down to the basics, down to the dirty, decorating ephemera, my favorite part of the whole entire process with the journals, creating all those little awesome little tidbits to put in there. So we are getting down to that. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. We do have, this is a 3 signature journal that we're going to be doing, and it is, I mean just absolutely love the way that it's coming along. And I think we're going to have to get rid of our big paper clips because I think it's starting to get a little too thick for them. So we have our base page. We've got our little flip page in there. Little trees. And this is all about nature. And Mira Beauty, again, is beautiful, wonderful, beautiful. And then, of course, nature. So we have not did our binding yet, so we can pull these out and work on them. So let's see, I'm going to work signature by signature. So we're going to start with the first one. So I'm going to put my other 2 to the side. I'm going to start with the one that sort of has the Celtic type calligraphy on the front. I will be putting a link in the description box below that is going to be to the free images that will be coming with this kit that I'm supplying. There's actually 6 pages of images. I was going to do, you know, each one as I walk through each step, and I thought it might be easier, especially for printing, because sometimes it's a lot easier to print and get everything cut out. So I'm going to give you all 6 of them, and then, you know, for each section you will have them. So let me explain the basics of what they are. So I have all these little cutouts because I've been fussy cutting. The first 2 sheets that you will get will have 4 of these large, like full-size 5x7 pages, and I fussy cut all of the little images out of there. So the little flowers, a little lemon, there's a frog, you know, flowers, there's a little slug, there's a little beetle, there's some fruit, and a tomato, and then all of the tops I've kept because we're going to use those for different things, the back of tags, you know, that type of thing. So we're going to keep those because, oh, and there's another little flower. I think there was another flower in there too. Yes, there's another little flower and a little beetle, a little, oh, like mosquito-y type flower, plant. So, or, oh, insect. And there's a little flying insect. So they will come in pages like this, and what I did is just, I cut it across, kept this upper part, and fussy cut around the images at the bottom. So we can use those for like cards and tags in the corners of things, all that. So that is day 1. Day 2, you will get postcard, or, okay, in one of the sets, I think this is day 2. Yeah, these are postcard size. So, if you can see those, let me try to, so you can see it all. So that's day 2. There is a pocket page with images that are made pocket size. There's some large fussy cutting. This one came out really blurry when it printed, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. So we probably won't use that just because it did. I will be using these. I put that on there as an extra anyway, but so remember to tell Ashley there's a dragonfly, and it's a big one. And then there are some belly band size. There's some with insects, some snails, a little lily of the valley. there is This Book Belongs To base plate. And then there are 5 little ATC size cards that we probably will use and decorate the back up and use those just as like ephemera to tuck in pockets and that sort of thing. So that's what those are. So I wanted to share with those, and we'll be using, I may not use all of day 1 and day 1. I may pull from, you know, different days as we work through, because obviously. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to deal with is my pages like this. And this was our one that we were going to create a pocket with. So, oops. Move that out of the way. So I'm going to glue the side of my, make sure I'm in, yep, I'm in camera. Glue the sides up, just right along the edge. Not a lot. And then I always put a little bit in the middle, just because I think it sort of protects it some. So we'll glue that down. And because this gives us a little bit of writing space, plus a tuck spot, so I thought that was sort of, you know, a really good double use. I wanted to actually, this one big one, I actually wanted to use this little slug, because I thought the slug would look really cute, sort of just crawling up through there, and we could actually put him sort of on it and halfway off the side. So I thought that was sort of cute. And these haven't been inked up, so I will have to ink them up as I go. And again, I'm using Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Vintage Photo. It's my favorite. I mean, I like the oxide, the distressed oxide, but I really like the Vintage Photo. I hope everybody's enjoying the journal. You know, if you are, let me know. And let me know what you'd like the next one to be. I mean, this is January, February's coming up. Would you guys like to see like a little mini Valentine's project that we'd finish like the first week of February, so you'd have it to give away? Okay, so there's our little slug, but I actually think I want to use, let me open my little drawer. I have this raggedy piece of, like, I don't know, cotton that I had left over from when I did my butterfly journal. So I was thinking about sort of putting it there underneath, just sort of adding a little peak of color, and then him sort of crawling up that way, and that would create another little pocket. So I think we'll do that. And I tell you what, let me grab my Fabri-Tac, because I am going to just put this right across. It's going to come a little short over here, but I'm not really worried about that. You might put like something on the, and there may be other images I add as I go along. Anything that I add, I will make sure that you get a copy of too. So, because I'm just adding this along as we go by ear, so if I do add something later on, I will update you and let you know, and you know, add the little link. I'm trying just to get rid of some of the strings because there's so many strings on there. Okay. Put this where it sticks out just a little bit off the edge. Since our little snail's gonna stick off the edge. I don't want it really tight, but I don't want it really loose either. I want to be able to use it for a little tucky pocket. So that adds a little green, just a wee bit. And then with the green there, I'm going to grab a little bit of my cheesecloth, to sort of put right underneath of him, so it sort of looks like dirt where he's crawling. Just a little bit, not a lot. Let me put my lid back on. I have to sort of like remember where I moved my camera, so I have to refocus on. So I'm going to put a little cheesecloth right here, just a teeny tiny tad. Like that, since I put him over top of it, so I have a little bit hanging down, because there's little bitty bots. And then everybody knows that slugs leave little tiny trails. So I'm going to leave a little bit of tiny lace under there, just sort of as like a little trail that he left. Just because slugs always leave trails and they're real shiny. And I'm going to put this on there. And then Fabri-Tac strings. So put that on there just a wee bit. Okay. Then I'm gonna get my little shimmer brush over here. Let me grab a baby wipe so I can wipe the paint out that I was using off of it before. It has a little green left in there from where I was using it earlier, so I'm trying to make sure I get all that green cleaned out. Close enough, if there's a little bit or something. Then I'm going to use my, remember we made our shimmer mist glue that's real shimmery? So I'm not going to put a heavy coat, I'm just a teeny tiny bit. And I'm just going to sort of put it across that lace. Then we'll set it to the side. Well, this actually has glue in it, so we probably can put our... It's just so when this dries, that's going to give this lace just a little bit of a shimmer. So it's going to leave like that, I hate to say a snail trail, but that's what it is. So it'll have that snail trail behind it. Okay, just a little bit. And I dropped my lid. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so we have our little snail here. Oh, my Fabri-Tac's going gooey. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac just since this is sort of wet. And just put a little bit on my snail there. Not a lot, just a little. And then really fast before I glue him down, I'm going to grab my ink and just sort of ink the top part of the back of him down to where I glued. Because I don't want him to be all stark white when he sticks out the side. And we'll sort of put him crawling up the side. So I mean, a lot of that lace won't show, but just that little shimmer of shimmer mist will show. I have this. I'm going to go ahead and sort of glue him right under here just a wee bit, because I don't want him to rip off or anything when he's... Okay. Just give him that little shimmery. When it dries, it'll be sort of shimmery. Okay. So our little snail crawling up the side. Just to give it a little bit, I'm going to grab this and ink in here just a little bit to darken this edge up so it sort of blends with how dark he is. because when I did these, remember we did them really light. So I'm going to darken it up just so it sort of, just draw a little bit darkness out of it. There we go. So there's our little bitty. Isn't he cute? I know, right? Okay, so I have this green over here. Let's do something over here. Well, I already have it here. How about these little tidbits we cut? I don't want anything really, really big. I think it's a little beetle over there. This sort of looks really good. You can sort of use the same little I like the little slug crawling up the side. I think that's cute. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I cut a little piece of cheesecloth off. Yeah, I did. Let me cut another little piece off here, just to put under a little beetle, just to add a little more texture. And I'm just gonna put it right on top here too. Put the cheesecloth where it hangs out the side. Sort of big. And I'm just sort of put him down there where he's sort of crawling. I'm going to take a little bit of ink just along here to create more of like a dirty bottom. I'm going to do it over here too. A little snail. Just add a little bit to dirty it up. There we go. There's a little snug and our little slug and our beetle. So let's see what it looks like. Let me make sure my ink's all dry there. Okay, so there's our slug crawling up that side, and see he just blends with that darkness on that page really, really good. Love that. That looks really good. And then this little beetle, he's going to be over here, which sort of goes with this because you got this little caterpillar over here, so it's sort of in a little bug right there. So it really matched up good, him being there. He almost looks 3D, like he's stuck up off the page with the cheesecloth behind him. So that came out really good. Okay, so first page decorated. So move on. Okay, this one, I'm not doing anything to because it is just, yeah, I think this sort of holds up on its own there. I think it doesn't really need anything with all the colors and stuff. Okay, so let's get here to our words, and this would have been beautiful. Yes, because beautiful is going to be on the very back. Okay, so we're not going to touch this back here because it literally says beautiful. So this front part right here, I need something to go on there. Okay, let's start out with some cheesecloth. There. Oh well, no. Let's not. Let me look through my little jar here and see what I got. I got some white sort of gauzy fabric. Yes. I think this was actually the the inside part of a dust ruffle on a yeah, the inside you put under your mattress, the part that goes under your mattress where it's just really, really thin. That's what that was. Excuse the coughing, I still got sickies at my house. Now my husband's added to the pile, so it just keeps growing. Okay, so let's just put this one along the edge. This sort of covers up all of the words, so then we can just do something over here with this. I'm feeling the need for some lace, you guys. Ooh, I like that. That would be really cute. We could put that across the bottom. Let me turn this out. And this I'll show you. Every time I cut oddball scraps, I got this, I actually got this at Walmart. It was on clearance for like $7, but you can use anything. But this is actually a glass jar with a, but anytime I cut any little thing down, I'll just stuff it in here. Like, that came off of a Hershey's box. So, you know, ooh, green. And let's see, ooh, we got some of this down here. Let's grab some of this. And I got some of this blue. Let me grab it because we got that little blue flowers. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this too for that purple over there because I don't use purple. Love me. So I'm gonna slide this up here because I'm gonna keep pulling from there. Okay, let me put this to the side. We might use, yeah, we might use that on here. We'll see. Put that over here. So, oh, you know, we could put that little bag on there. That would be sort of cute. Just a little tucky spot we can put something in. Sort of put it to the side so it hangs off. I think I'll put that on the inside. Put that on the inside. And I use these pretty purple flowers on it because that's going to look really good with that. Okay. And then this, I want to use the little blue ribbon because that's like the same color ribbon, so that works. Okay, so let's do this here. So, like, and that was just a little bitty piece that came with something. I don't even know what it came with. Okay, I'm just going to throw this right here. And I'm not worried about it being completely covered because if it's sort of loose, I sort of like that. It sort of gives it a little bit. Okay, so that sort of adds that there. Let me cover that. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Like, there's that blue. I don't know if you can see the blue in that little flower or not. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can. So I know, like, with this kit, that you know, there's not, with these main pages, you know, covering the whole page, that takes up a lot of journaling. So a lot of my, you know, coffee dyed pages like this, you know, I'm going to just sort of stencil on. I want to keep them sort of blank, but I want to add enough that, you know, there's something to it. I don't want it to be just pages, if that makes sense. Okay, so I have that. How about, put that going up like that. With maybe the flower connecting the two. Nope, don't like that. Let's see. Maybe this way with the flower coming off of. Nope. Okay. Don't like that. And then we go back to my jar. Let's see what else we have in here. Now I got some of this really. Yeah, I don't like that either. Let's see. Let me pull my jar over here. Ooh, I see some violet. That might be pretty. Put a little bit of that maybe. Pull a different color in there. Um, okay, I should think. And I'm just going to sort of curve around these. I don't really care if it's perfect or not, because and that oh, there's a little piece of eyelet I could use, but I really like the cream. The inside of the dust ruffle, this was the bottom of the dust ruffle. So I had all the way around that, this eyelet, I have, it's like, oh, you know, a good 12 inches maybe. And it goes all the way around the bed, and it was a king size. So there's tons of it. I love it. Okay, let me just sort of cut this straight over here, and we'll just glue it down where it lands. And see that little piece I'll tuck up under something later. Okay. So let's do that, like that. Yes. I'm going to run out on this far edge on this because I know I'm going to have to cut some of it off. I'm just trying to sort of put glue around. Sometimes Fabri-Tac just, I don't like it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I love the hold. Just sometimes I don't like the little piece. Okay, let me put a little bit more up here. And I know, like, I see some people use like art glitter glue for everything. And I have a really hard time with art glitter glue and fabric. I don't know why, if it's just me or if it's the temperatures maybe of my house, or I don't know. I'm going to keep that on there because I'm just going to wrap it around in a little bit. And we'll put the purple one inside here since it's bigger. Yes, 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 yes. So if we glue around the outside edges, it's not going to make much of a difference. Okay. So let's put this over here and put that right in the corner, just sort of coming up. I sort of like how that keeps the words sort of showing through, even though, but it covers everything I don't want it to be, you know, don't want on there, because some of the words are just, it's not that they're bad, they're just not good. They're just, you know, plain words that you use in everyday language that maybe doesn't really go with the nature journal, I guess. So there's that piece. Okay, and then this side, I'm going to reach over here, and I have this little piece from that we had last night. I'm not even going to worry that it's ripped around the bottom, because I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to ink it up really good. Sort of hit those corners, because I sort of like it when the corners are all browned up on the paper. Because I think it gives a little bit more of an old vibe, or an older vibe, I guess I should say. And again, I don't have to worry about doing the other side because we're going to glue it down. I'm even going to grab my ink and just sort of, with my sponge, and just sort of lightly hit over the top where it's, you know, where it's all crinkly. Sort of give it that darkness of like some of the other pages, so it looks like that. Fabri-Tac strings everywhere. Okay, and this will give us a little hidden journal spot sort of in there. Let me center it up sort of on the page. So see, that little bottom actually gives it a little more 3D vibe to it. So it gives it, there's a nice little journaling spot inside there. And then I'm gonna grab, do we want to Fabri-Tac down or do we want to, I think I'll just leave it off the side of the page because, let me pull back in here, where we go. Because it's actually going to be here. I'm not sure I like it there though. Okay, I think I'm actually going to switch this around, guys, because I like that a lot more. And I want to sort of keep this book page on the back where it has about a garden on it, so it sort of takes away from that. So we'll have to go back and grab that, but okay. But with trying to do both of them at the same time, you sort of cut your pages down in half, per se. Okay, so that's the beauty. We wanted to keep it on the back. So you know what? Instead of using, this is almost like tulle. I think I'm going to try to use our glitter glue around the edges of this, so I don't have to use as much. Maybe it'll, and I'll try to keep it. I'm not going to put it on the bottom. I'm just going to try to put it on the sides where it's already bulky, because it's got like multiple layers, so it'll be more likely to sort of hide behind there. And see, that one's a lot wider, so that fits just almost like it was made to put on there. That was perfect. Now hopefully this will, and this dries clear, so, and it dries fast, which was, yeah, stuff all over here. So I really use my bone folder to make sure I smear that glue down on all those little holes down in there. Hopefully it'll stick. If not, we will use Fabri-Tac, and this will dry clear, so it won't matter. It actually seems like it's going to stick. Okay, then I have, this is Sequin score tape. It's just a double-sided tape that I'm actually going to use on the back of my flowers, because, let's see, let me cut these before after I stick my finger all over it, it'll stick on it. If you have wider than 1/4 inch, then what I would do, and if I'd have thought about, if I'd have known this beforehand, but you know, I'm sort of working as I go, I would have just covered the back of the page for this with like wider tape. Try to pull that off. And hopefully, because this is such a tight mesh, I'm hoping that I'm going to just try to fold all this adhesive over. Sort of use my little pokey tool here to guide it so it's not in between the little triangles. So it's not out there where it shows. This may not have been a good idea. It might. Who knows? Sometimes you think it's not a good idea and it works, and you're like glad you did it when you get to the end. I'm sort of cutting it, trying to make it a little bit easier to fold. where it, you know, fits around. This is a little bitty. Okay. Oh, one little spot. Poke a hole in there where that was cut because that was in the center where there wasn't anything. And then this one little one. Oh, snip a little spot. And somebody asked about my orange handled scissors. They're just Fiskars. Just regular old Fisker scissors. They're actually like fabric scissors, but they're my paper scissors because I love the way they do, and they resharpen extremely well. I mean, I can cut through, you know, 4 or 5 layers of aluminum foil, and it sharpens right up. So I like the ease of sharpening them. Okay, there we go. And I think I'll put this on this side. And this score tool. My bone folder. Wow, it's not a score tool, guys. It's a bone folder. And just sort of really burnish that, or use, you know, the side of your scissors or whatever. Let me put my. And somebody asked about this. I think it might have been Kim asked in yesterday's video. And this is my little stopper. And I actually used sort of the stretchy elastic band. And just sort of made it to dangle for my art glitter glue because I kept losing my top. So I just sort of made that, and it was made out of some old necklaces and some bead stopper type things. So I'll do a tutorial on that. It's real easy. And then I put little tree charms on the end because I'm sort of naturey. So okay, so let's see how this works. No, it didn't really stick through. Let me make sure it doesn't. I don't want to make sure it's not gonna. No, I think it'll be fine. And it seems like it's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck on the page pretty good. So we have that. So I want to put something in there. I wrote something on that. Where's my tear roller? Tear roller, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I knew I had it here so I could use it if I wanted it. Okay, so I'm just going to go above where I wrote my little note on here. Okay. Then I'm going to get... let's just take a little piece of this cream lace that I've got in my little jar, and my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And you know, before you, I'm not going to try pulling it off. Before you put it on there, you may want to like ink the edges of it. So I'm just going to sort of go over top of it and ink it, sort of give it some age that way. There we go. Every once in a while, like, I forget. Okay, since this is jagged on this side and this side, I'm just going to put it over here sort of on the corner where it's rounded. You know what, let me ink this too before I go and do that. And that'll just give another little spot in there that you can journal. Because we all love those little spots, don't we? Sorry if you could hear my dryer going off in the background. Hopefully you couldn't. And I don't know if you guys just noticed that ripped a little bit while I was doing that. So I think I'm going to try to sturdy this up a little bit. I have a little piece, yeah. I have this little piece over there. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to take my little tear roller let's see. I needed about, just to add a little sturdiness to it because of that being vintage paper. It's going to rip and tear pretty good, and we're going to put it in and out of that pocket, so sort of to protect it. So we'll just sort of glue this on the back of it. That'll sort of give you a place if you want to draw or stamp or, you know, glue a picture or, oh, we don't need to do that because we're going to glue it. And then you'll have, you know, where you can write on the side and maybe put a, and I just did that. Yes, I did, guys. I just glued my inked side. So, here we go again. Happens to the best of us. Don't say you haven't done it. I know you've done it. We've all done it. Okay, let me put some more glue on here because our glitter glue dries so fast, and it's not going to take a lot to hold this down anyway, but make sure I put enough on there. And so that sort of, you know, uses that vintage paper we had, so we're not wasting the end we tore off. At the same time, it's giving you a little place you could draw a picture or put a picture, you know, like the little mini printers they have right now. You could put there like the little mini Polaroids or something like that. You could put a picture there and date on the back, and then it would be really cute because when, yeah, I did that on the opposite side too. Did you guys notice that? I'm going to just staple this on here just to give you a little tab to pull it in and out with. That way, you know, if you put your little picture on there, when you slide it in here, like, okay, let's say for instance, we put that lemon there. When you know, so if you have your like a grandkid's photo or something in there, when you slide it in there, you're going to be able to see it through there, which is going to be really cute. So you put that in there, and then technically you could create something like a small flip that comes over. But I don't want to cover this up because it says beautiful and all that on there. Yeah, so you could do a little flip in there, or, you know, something went behind that comes in front that is whatever. So there you go. So we've got our decorated on the front, journaling spot, the little pocket, journaling spot, and then we've got our dictionary words for beautiful on there. So that's what we did with that. So page 1, page 2, remember we moved this one, so we'll have to go back to that one. Then here where it's, see how naked the page is. So and then when you put that on there, you know, that really makes it stand out really good. And so it shows up a lot better, and I like how the little roundness is. You actually add a little anchor on the edges there for that. Not a lot, just a little. Should go over the top a little bit. There we go. There we go. So let's go back to this. Okay, I sort of like the fact that all this is in French. This has about the soil and the garden on the front of it, which I really like. So I think we'll leave the outsides alone, and we'll work on the pockets, and then leave this up here. So let's see what, you know, what about a little frog over here? And then where's our little, oh, he needs a little tongue coming out, doesn't he? Let's see what we can do. Okay, well, first off, I know I sort of want to use this as the ground. and just put a little, because it's gonna, you know, put the little grass, you know, just cut it off just a bit above. So it's gonna create like this little grassy edge, because I think that's cute. Okay, so right about where that's at, okay. And I just sort of guesstimate when I'm doing this. Try to do it straight. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And then I've got, you know, all that. I did a little frog. Oh, let me, a little frog up over here, and we'll go back to that. I might, while I'm remembering, because if I don't, I may not remember. And link up our little fly. Anybody know what color a frog's tongue is? Is their tongue red? Yes, it is. You know how I know that? Sorry to put my hand all across there in the way. Trying to get down here. Because I have this that I think would be really cute. That we could use. Maybe. And the little bug's red, so that would be sort of blended all in together. I think we can. Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We will put this along the bottom though. I think I cut it a little long, so I'm gonna have to cut it off a little bit more. Yep. Yep. So if you guys are enjoying this and learning something, I mean, I know you're just watching me goob around, but well, let's see how long this is. This may. You know what? I think I'm just gonna let that wrap around to the side like we did on the other one too. It's cute. It really does look like little grass. I'm gonna go in here where these are. Maybe trim it down a little bit just to, so it's not all the same height. And this is sort of got like some kind of, you know, where it like continued into the pattern. So sort of cutting that. It's sort of cute because it gives it different height, I think. So it kind of sort of varies it, sort of makes it more hilly. And I'll keep those because Lord knows what I'll use those for. Okay, so you can tuck our little frog in here where he's sort of under the grass, but he's out of the grass like that. Let me put this on right now. You have a little bug, maybe flying like that with his wing up. Maybe like that. Part of his body up like that. So, do I want to use this or do I want... Okay, so I need this to be red. Let me see what I've got as far as red goes over here. My red markers. Oh, wait a minute, you know? Let me see if I have a red thin red washi I may be able to use. It's solid red. I don't know if I do or not. I have some washi, but none of it's red. That's solid. Washi. I'm trying to see if I have any that's I can use that would work. I actually think this would be sort of pink. Let me see. Let's try this and see if this works. If not, we've not lost anything. This is, I got this washi and it likes to stick. It's like, likes to rip and tear and not stick really great anyway, so it would be great for, so I'm gonna try to just cut the little pink edge off below the letters. And that worked. Okay, let me put this back on here. It's back in my washi bin. And I'll pull it out and show you real fast. And this is my washi tote. I mean, not all of it, but some of it. And it used to look a lot better because it wasn't all scattered everywhere, but I just scattered it looking. But I have all my rolls. Sorry about hitting the camera. I have all my rolls of washi. Not all of them, but some of them, but different ones. These are like sets. But all these are planner washis I got on clearance, and I got like 15 rolls for like $1 at Walmart. But this is a silverware tray, and it, you know, holds, and I can put 4 sets over here, and it actually holds my washi. So, and I can see all of them. I never used to use my washi because I kept them in a box, and then I moved them into a jar, and then I had them on a spool thing, and I never used them because they were so hard to, like, just to see and to use, because if they're not right under your hands, you know, you really don't mess with them. But since I moved them in here, I use them all the time because I have it right next to my table, so I can just reach over and grab it, and I literally can see, well, okay, these are my favorites. I can see all of my favorite washis right like that without looking, so that might be an idea. And then I have, you know, a box with ones that I don't use as often, or like, well, like this is one of the things that's in a box because I got it at, I was gonna say Ruby Tuesdays, and that's a restaurant. I got it at Tuesday mornings, and it's a set, you know, so I try to keep my sets together, so I keep those in the box. But okay, so there's my little washi thing. So I think this may work actually better, because he sort of has this little pink mouth anyway. So I think if I'm gonna try cutting this in a triangle over here. Let me see, where it'll fit in his little mouth. So it'll look more like it's coming out of his mouth instead of like behind his head. You guys are sitting there going, seriously, she's gonna spend this much time trying to fix a frog's tongue? Yes, I am. I mean, it may not be perfect, but put it up there, my bottom, in case I need it for something else, or in case I need it. So I want to put this sort of like he's jumping. He's behind the grass, but he's in front of the grass. So that'll, Sorry for the vehicle going by outside. Okay, so I think and I already inked him, so I don't have to worry about that. I can lift him up and glue him after I get the washi tape down. And with the washi, I can actually burnish it down so it curves, just like his little tongue was curving up to get the little insect. So let me pull this back here. Glue his little body down. And I know that's probably looks silly to you guys. You guys are probably like, why would you waste all that time doing it? Because that's what I do. Okay, let me get him back in here where he goes. Okay. Got him glued down there where he goes. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of some glue on burnish it down really good. And then do we want him to actually reach the bug or look like he's reaching, like he's trying to reach the bug? No, not quite. I think we need, yeah, I think I like it like that. Did I ink him? I think I missed one little part when I was inking him. They're so tiny sometimes this stuff, when you ink it, you might miss little curves or corners or whatever, but okay. And I'm sorry, I know I spent way too much time doing this. You guys are probably sitting there going, seriously, what in the world, lady? Yes, I'm going to put this like a getaway. Let me just sort of check my time too. See how long I've been recording. Okay. I'm right at about an hour or so. And over here with this girl, no. Do I have any more little bugs? That's the one of it. Yeah, don't like that, don't like that, don't like that, don't like that. Okay. What's this little flower? No, I don't even like the color of that. So maybe we'll just, love my little frog. He's so cute like that. Okay, so. Let me see what we have over here. And that's the one nice thing about being able to make more than one copy. You know what? There's a little snail. Okay. I'm going to cut the snail down. We'll put him over here out of the belly band. And then I can print another copy of the belly band. Antennas and all his little whatnots. And again, he's a snail, so we'll do the little snail trail behind him. Like he's trying to go into the... Okay, so we have this here. So I'm actually think... maybe we'll just put him over there like he's crawling out of the grass. What do you guys think? cheesecloth right there. Let me ink it up a little. Don't ink your... Ew, I glued my sponge. Okay. Then I have a hair. See? My Fabri-Tex. No matter what I do, it seems like even when I try all the tricks and stuff, every once in a while it just... Okay, and then we'll put our little snail over here. I think he's crawling out of the grass, sort of. Yes, I think that works great. And trim this so it doesn't keep flopping up over my little frog. Okay, so the outsides were keeping plain, but when you flip them open, you're gonna see that. So I almost think we should keep the plain ones inside.